Hello friends, welcome back. In this video, Ashley and I decided that we wanted to do a little tutorial on how I show you guys how I get ready. I take you on how I do my makeup, my hair, and even down to what I wear. We hope that you find this video fun, and this is just a sneak peek of the different variety of videos we will be offering. So let's just jump right into it. The first thing we're going to grab is a warm kind of orangey brown color. I grabbed this from my natural Too Faced palette. If you don't have that, no big deal. Just go ahead and grab a warm orangey color that you may have, and we're going to go ahead and lay that down in the outer crease. Go ahead and make sure to use a fluffy brush. Fluffy brushes are your best friend when it comes to blending and just making it everything soft. So you want a very soft transition shade, transition shading meaning your first color. This is going to mirror everything and kind of just be your little buffer tool. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I'm just going to go ahead and grab kind of that cranberry color that you see, and I'm going to use another fluffy brush. This brush is just a little bit fluffier than the other brush. The other one was slightly tapered, and just right above where we laid that transition color is where you're going to lay that nice cranberry color. What it's going to do for you is kind of create a sunset effect, and again, keeping everything really soft. We're going for romance. Of course, it's Valentine's Day, so what other way would we do this? I'm just making sure that I don't have anything else on my brush, but yeah, you want to definitely use a very light hand. How you hold your brushes is going to be key on how you have a very smooth, flawless eyeshadow application. So I'm holding my brush right in the middle of the actual brush. And from that same palette, we're going to grab the burnt orange color, and again, a fluffy brush, and we're just going to go ahead and buff out those two colors. So you originally put the cranberry color right on top of the transition color. So now what you're going to do is take that burnt orange, and you're just going to mirror everything together. This color is slightly warmer, and it's just going to, again, make everything super soft. If there's anything I can teach you guys, is it's just all about making it soft. We're now going to take a deep brown color, again, from the same palette. It's the one on the far right, and we're going to go on the outer crease. And when it comes to working on the outer crease, you're going to want to use a smaller brush to create that smoky effect. So here I am just mixing two brown colors to help create that smoky effect, and then I'm just going to go ahead and blow that out right at the very lower lash line. Personally, for me, I think that when you're doing a smoky eye, you definitely want balance. You want some depth on the outer corner, but you definitely want to carry that on the bottom, because sometimes it can just make it look off balance and make it look like you just didn't finish your makeup. So remember that cranberry color that we grabbed earlier. We're going to use that same cranberry color with a shader brush, a brush that is flat and pretty dense, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that right over my lid. So basically wherever we didn't put eyeshadow at all, this is where you're going to put it. Don't be alarmed, it's going to look a little bit muddy next to the brown, but I promise you it's all going to come together. So go ahead and just keep packing that on. It took me a couple of layers, but go ahead and take your time. Then with that same blending brush that we used in the very beginning, what I like to do is use windshield motion, and I'm just going to mirror everything together. Again, why? Because we're keeping it soft. Again, with the raw sienna now, we're going to go with this blending brush is a little bit wider, and I'm just going to go in and go ahead and just blow that out again on that outer crease. I'm making sure to take my time because I find that when working with cranberry, sometimes it can be a little too pink and make you look sick. So I'm just making sure that I work really hard on blending it out. So now what I'm doing is I'm showing you guys how I'm going to create the monochromatic, very wet looking eyeshadow. I went and took my old Hendrickson spray, and I just sprayed a flat shader brush. This is completely flat. This is made to pack on color. And from that same Natural Lust palette, I grabbed this very pinky, purpley, it's super pretty, it's monochromatic, it just looks so gorgeous, and it photographs really nicely, and I'm just gonna pack that on the eye. I'm gonna do it on both eyes, and it took me honestly about 2 to 3 layers. And what I like to do is I will wet the brush again and then just pack it on some more. But as you can see, it's just creating this gorgeous color on my eyes. Look at me, I'm just getting gassed over it, and I'm just gonna keep packing it until I get my desired look. This would be a really great color as well if you were creating a cut crease. Let me know if you guys would be interested in a cut crease video, because I'd definitely be more than happy to make one. So just cleaning off my brush, I'm just going in with that dark brown color again and just adding a little bit more definition that outer crease. I find that sometimes when you pack on the sparkly shadows or any shimmers or anything like that, it can kind of take away from the hard work of the crease that you just created. So in the snap of a finger, I just put on some eyeliner. It's really hard to do on camera, so I just went off camera and did it. So I'm going to go in with my NYC. This is, by the way, my favorite bronzer. Like, if you know, like, I'm on the YouTube gang now, so I'm just going to spill all the secrets, right? But this is my favorite bronzer. I feel like almost every skin tone it looks great on. And then I use that to contour, but in this bronzer I'm grabbing, that's actually the Physicians Formula, I want to say butter bronzer, and I'm going in and I'm just going to hit these points that is important for me to kind of, it's not contouring I'm trying to do, I'm bronzing. So as you'll see, I'm using a fluffy brush instead of an angled brush, and I'm bronzing my face. So I'm just hitting the points that if you were to actually lay out and get a tan, this is the areas that typically you get tan. So you want to definitely use a fluffy brush. And again, see, I'm going to show you, I hit the chin, I hit the jawline, and I'm just very lightly just buffing it all out. I'm not trying to contour and I'm not trying to chisel. I did that with my other bronzer. This bronzer is just to make sure I'm adding warmth to the face. So there I am, just blending it all out. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys next how I contour my nose. So if I feel fancy, I'll go and use some cream contour, but that was just me showing you guys that I had some eyeshadow on my finger. But as I was saying, when I feel fancy, I'll do some cream contouring on my nose, but honestly, a lot of the times I just do it with powder, and I'm going back in with that NYC bronzer, and I'm using this giant definition brush, and it just helps really slim down my nose. And now what we're going to do is, I guess people call it baking, but sure. We're going to go ahead and take just a light powder. So I like to use a powder that has a little bit of a color on. So I like translucent powder, but I find colors that, a powder that has a little bit of like a color to it works a lot better. So I'm just dusting up any eyeshadow or shimmer that might be under my eye. And I'm taking this light powder and I'm just going ahead and I'm just going in with that light powder and highlighting any areas that just need a little bit more brightness. And you know me, clumsy and getting powder on all over my t-shirt. And I'm just hitting the sides of my nose to make sure that I can, again, really make slimming down my nose look more natural. A lot of people like to ask me how I get the brightness under my eyes. This is typically how I do it. So I'm just curling my wimpy lashes and putting mascara on them. It does nothing for me, it just helps. It just helps with putting my falsies on. So now I'm taking the Lush Lip Scrub and I'm just prepping my lips for any lipstick later. Honestly, I find that when I wear lipstick for a long time, if I don't do this, I get kind of like old lipstick built up. Sounds gross, but you know what I mean. So just prep your lips to make sure there's no dead skin on there. And I'm taking this blush by Japanesque. I just started using this and oh my god, do I love it. I'm a blush gal. That's never changed, and all my OG friends will vouch for that. I love blush. So I kind of love this blush a lot because it's kind of a mix between a bronzer and a blush. Like if I was to mix this color that I have right now with the bronzer, it kind of creates that color, but this is a little bit rosier and I'm just putting it slightly on top and I'm putting that on the actual apple of my cheeks. And I'm just taking that big fluffy brush again. I'm just blending everything out. I'm blending away that baking and blending away the bronzer. I'm just blending everything to make it super smooth. And I just said I'm a blush gal, so not one, not two, but you guessed it, 3 blushes is my combination for my favorite blush. So this is Hard Candy in Living Doll, and I'm just lightly tapping that right on the very center apple of my cheeks. It just makes it look really like that inner glow, and I'm throwing on some falsies. Alright, so as my falsies are, well, I'm just putting the glue on, so as I'm waiting for it to dry, I'm prepping my hair before I blow it out. I'm going ahead and using the Rejuva beads, and then I'm using the hyaluronic acid serum, and I'm just blending these two together. So I always tell people that when using Monet products, you really gotta emulsify it. This is what I'm doing, emulsifying. Rub your hands together till it basically either creates a creamy consistency, but in this case, it's like as if it's not even there, and that's perfect because that is how you know it's going to be lightweight and not weighing down your hair. And I'm just going to make sure I get all that through the ends, through the mid shaft, and now I'm going in with the Intense Repair treatment and just basically hitting my entire scalp with it. This helps promote hair growth. It's really fabulous for people with alopecia or people who are struggling with some balding or just hair loss, and I'm just massaging that in my scalp to help promote a healthy, fast growing scalp. Now I'm going in with the Root Reshape Lifter, and on top of that I'm just going ahead and putting this in the areas that I want a lot more volume. For me, it's the crown of my head and the sides of my face. I always like a lot of volume there, so I'm just putting that in and just making sure that it's getting in my scalp. And then the last thing that I'm grabbing is the Monet Blowout Cream. The tiniest bit goes a long way with this stuff. And again, emulsifying it in my hand and putting it, see what I mean? That super creamy consistency, yep, that's what you want. And then I'm just going to, like, honestly, if you rub these products together, they can just keep going and going. And I'm just making sure that this is all throughout my hair. So here I am, making sure it's all in my hair, using a wide tooth comb and just brushing it all out so that everything is evenly dispersed and not like one area is covered in more gunk than the other. We're going to throw on some falsies and then go ahead and now using my favorite lip products, we're using Jordana in Tawny. This is like my go-to lip liner. Honestly, if I want a natural look, I will just use this in chapstick sometimes. So yep, go ahead and line your lips with that. I personally am somebody who can't put lipstick or any lip product unless I line my lips. I feel like my lip shape gets lost when I put on foundation, so this is an essential for me personally. I've been using this liner for so many years now and it stays a staple in my makeup bag, so I would definitely give it a try if you guys are in for a hunt for a good lip liner. And now I'm using my Anastasia lipstick. I honestly don't happen to remember the name of it, but I will put it in the description box. I think that's what YouTubers do. And then I'm going to use this other lipstick in MAC. Again, not exactly sure of the name, but I do know these two Holy Grail products. So this is the NYX Butter Lip Gloss in Angel Food Cake. This is my ish. I don't really love matte lipsticks anymore, but I love a gloss. A girl loves a gloss. And I just put that right on top of my lips. And then this is the other color, Buxom. I want to say it's in Dolly. And I put that right on top, and it just gives my lips, it makes me feel like it looks a little bit bigger. I don't think it actually makes it bigger, but it makes me feel like it's bigger. And I'm just going to grab the Morphe setting spray, and I'm just going to set my face with that. I love this stuff, but when it's fancy, I break out the Tatcha setting spray. This shit is the bomb. It's pricey, but it's super worth it. And when I want that glow from within, this is what I like to spray and set my face. Now I'm going to go ahead and highlight my cheekbones. I'm just using the Mary Louminzer, and I'm making a face because sometimes I feel like it's just not bright enough for me, so I like to go in with the Colourpop. I want to say this is in Money, and I put that under as kind of like a sticky base because it is like kind of like a wet texture, and then I will go back in on top with the Mary Louminzer. And then what I'll use is my beauty blender to just press that all in my skin to make it all melt. And then I'm gonna hit that one more time and then highlight the top of my nose and then just highlight the top of my brow bone. And to finish off the look, I went and blew up my hair using the Revlon blowout brush. I just did that right off camera, and this is the finished look. Chocolate raspberry was the inspiration when creating this look. I had a lot of fun making it. I hope that you guys enjoyed these kind of videos and tutorials. Ashley really encourages me to do this, so I hope you guys like it, and there'll definitely be more in the future. And that is a wrap. That is my Valentine's Day look of 2020. I went for cranberry vibes and kind of like a monochromatic eyelid. I love being able to kind of just have it look really wet and sultry. It's super romantic. It's definitely what I feel the most confident in. I think that if you are wanting to try a new look, then absolutely go ahead and try a really pretty sultry monochromatic. Alright, and the rest of the video is going to be me taking you guys on what Valentine's Day was really like with Ashley. She went above and beyond for me, and it was so much fun. This video is a little different because I obviously did the intro without Ashley, and now I'm doing the outro without Ashley. But yes, we wanted to be able to create a get ready with me, kind of like what my Valentine's Day look was, and we're gonna take you on what went down, and it was really fun. It was super special. We tried really hard to vlog for you guys, but we forgot the memory card, so we got the best we could from our phones. We had a blast, and happy Valentine's Day to everybody. If you have a significant other in your life, make sure you cherish them. Make sure you tell them that you love them a little bit more. But however, just remember, it's not about one day. You should be showing love to your significant other all the time in just like small ways and small things. And you know, don't be afraid to just, you know, show a little extra love sometimes. And if you aren't with a significant other, show extra love to yourself, because honestly, I truly believe no one should, You should love yourself before you love anyone else, because that way you are giving the most authentic and the most genuine love of all, and love comes from within yourself first before you're able to truly love anyone else. We had an absolute blast. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We are on a roll with YouTube this year. We are super excited, so please show us love, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be the first to know when our videos come on, and happy Valentine's Day. Bye guys, until next time. I love it. Oh. Are you kidding me right now? Guys, if you know me, you know I love treats. These are handmade.
Buy me, bitch.
Edible arrangements in a bakery could never.
This is actually so nice. I think it's